Hello and welcome to the BottomUp Skills Podcast. I'm Mike Parsons, I'm the CEO of Qualitance, and we are starting a whole new series. We're going to start talking about some of the essential skills for product creators, for product people. And I'm calling this series Unstuck. How do we get unstuck? How do we work in what is a very different world to 10, 20 years ago? And it's really a bit of a game of catch up, to be quite honest. And so I want to make the case for the change that is surrounding us as modern knowledge working professionals. I want to really make the case for some cutting edge practices like lean and agile and design thinking. And I really want to show you a radically new way of thinking about those skills and how we might all survive in this crazy world in which we live. All right, let's get stuck into it. And let's just talk a little bit about the big shift that's happening. And without a doubt, 2020 has only accelerated the shift. I mean, you might really argue, some people call it, the fourth industrial age. I think of this as being a shift out of the industrial age to the digital age. And let's talk about what that means. So in the old way of working, people really had a focus on machines, manufacturing, stability, mass production, listening to your teacher and all that kind of stuff. But we're working in a very different world. Instead of machines, we're moving towards a world that's based on data. Instead of manufacturing, the key thing is problem solving. Rather than talking about your own organization, we're really talking about how we integrate from stability to constant change, from the factory worker to the knowledge worker. And here we go. Here's some fun ones. So from capital being the biggest asset to knowledge. From mass production to automated production, from teachers to self-learning, from top down to bottom up. In fact, what I want to pitch to you is we've seen a huge acceleration of this shift to the digital age, to the knowledge age, and the only way to survive in this frantic, fast-changing world is to, in fact, work bottom up. That's where the whole idea for the name of this podcast, for the name of all of our e-learning experiences, it's all about bottom-up skills. Because you've got to work bottom up. Let's face it, things move too fast to be top-down. If someone says to me, write me a big 20-page business plan for this idea, I'll be like, I'm lucky if I've got enough time to do a lean business canvas, let alone a business plan. And the crazy thing is these old ways of working, which are very top down, by the time you deliver that work, it's out of date. So this is the opportunity. We can work in a bottom up way. And that's the most exciting prospect that we have. So now I'm making the case that we're working in a digital era, in an era of knowledge. So we need new skills. And I want to list for you these 6 skills, and then I'm going to present to you the essence, the core and the starting point of working in a bottom-up way. So there are 6 different skills that I think are essential. 6 different practices, 6 different methodologies. 1 is lean startup, absolutely essential. 2, growth marketing. 3, rapid prototyping. 4, design thinking. Number 5, Agile Software Development. And all of that comes down to number 6, high performance teams. That's all about culture. So what I want you to have in mind is that if you do want to work in this new bottom-up way, these are the 6 areas of practice that you need to master. You need to be able to build, measure, learn with lean startup. You need to be able to rapid prototype, stimulate the senses of your users. You need to be able to conduct design thinking which is all about empathizing with users. You need to then take those ideas and build them with small teams, which is at the essence of Agile Software Development. The next thing you do is when your product is ready, it's all about growth marketing, and you've got to test every part of the funnel. And it all comes down to those high-performance teams that have their core engine is built around trust. Okay. Now, if you want to take all of those different skills and work out what is the most bottom-up starting point, whether you want to promote a product, build a product, create a profit model, or build a team to do it, it all starts with the pains and gains of your customer, of your user. And you have to understand what are the pains that your user experiences and how you're going to relieve those pains. What are the gains they're looking for, and what are your gain creators? And I present to you that if you know those pains and gains, you'll know the use cases for your product. You'll be able to build a hypothesis for your venture. You'll be able to build a team around the right behaviors, systems, and symbols, have the right culture. And when it goes to telling your story out in the world to promote it, you'll know exactly how to go and propose this service to the world. So if you know the pains and gains of the end user, I make a case to you that you can build everything you need in a great business, product, and enterprise. You can actually deliver against those 4 Ps: product, profit, people, and promotion. And it will all come back to the most bottom up, to the most essential practice that you need right now, here in a world that is so agile, nimble, and fast, where change is the constant. You need to know what are the pains and gains of your user, what keeps them up at night, and what services do they need, what products do they need, and what's a product worth creating. So if you go out and do this in the world, you'll find enormous success, and you'll be able to craft something that delights your users. You'll be able to find something that brings real joy, not only to those that use your product, but I reckon you'll have fun as well. So there you go. That's my case for the most essential skills for product creators. It's not only about design thinking and lean and agile and all of that. It's much more than that. It's about building these great teams. It's that, that full picture that we have in the 4 Ps. And all of that comes down to the most essential practice of working in a bottom-up way, which is knowing the pains and gains of your customer. Okay, that's the first of our new series of getting unstuck. The essential skills for product creators. I hope that you've got some inspiration, maybe a little practical tip along the way. I'm Mike Parsons. I'm the CEO of Qualitance, and this is the Bottom Up Skills Podcast. That's a wrap.